Right, welcome back. The back and forth open letter war is continuing. Justice Minister Ronald Lamola has responded to Lindiwe Sisulu's opinion piece criticising the judiciary. Now Sisulu's hitting back, saying the Constitution isn't, and I quote, a holy scripture. The timing of Sisulu's criticism, though, has been widely questioned by various sectors, including ANC stalwarts and analysts, since it is, of course, an ANC election year. How important is that? Political analyst Lesiba Teffo joining us. Prof. Teffo, morning to you. Good to have you with us on eNCA. There's a lot to talk about. Let's just unpack that first comment of mine, though. It's an ANC elective year. How significant is that in the mind of Professor Lesiba Teffo?
Well. This is what I consider unfortunate, and it is a repeat of an old script. The year of the elections forces the ANC to take its eye off the ball. The first salvo was thrown a week or so ago in Polokwane. Then from there, I think you get short that service delivery is going to take a knock as brother and sister are fighting each other in order to advance their chances of getting to the top of the list. That's unfortunate. And we have gone through this before, but it is for the people of South Africa at least to make a judgment on that. But it's a repeat of an old script.
And yet this old script seems to be playing out publicly as well. One of the criticisms that's levelled against Ronald Lamola by Lindiwe Sisulu, Professor, is that it was an open letter in response to her criticism as opposed to contacting her personally. But I suppose one could argue that this opinion piece was out in the public space. That's really the only place to now have this ongoing debate, or would you disagree?
A response as an open letter to an open letter. What is wrong with that? Okay, I think we can try to be technical or try to be smart about it. I think I wouldn't want to be drawn into that because he knows that her bona fides in this regard are clearly suspect. But the bottom line for me is the content of what is being said. I have no problem with Sisulu really looking at the Constitution as a living document that people can critique constructively so, and she has the right to do so. But the problem with Lindiwe is that the tenor of her letter and the failure to appreciate that by accepting to be an executive or a minister, she's foregoing certain privileges that I have. Because as an ordinary citizen, that I can express myself in a certain way within the limits and the bounds of modesty. But for her, there is what is called the decorum of the office. She cannot be heard to be saying the Constitution is militating against quality service delivery, while she has at least sworn to uphold that Constitution and do it in public. Perhaps there could have been another way of doing it. Then you go for the judges. Surely it cannot be Sisulu who will tell me tomorrow and all those who care that please uphold the rule of law when herself is delegitimizing the officers of the law and even calling them in those unfortunate terms. How's what? It's a pity. But I shall defend her right to express her views. But she must also appreciate there is a limit to what she can say vis-a-vis the ordinary Joe in the street.
Let's then talk about the most ordinary Joe we have in the country, that being the president of the country and then the president of the ANC. This is a tricky one because we're discussing the constitution of the country, but we're also discussing an ANC member, quite a senior member. So what does Cyril Ramaphosa do with A, his hat as the president, and B, his hat of the presidency of the ANC? How would you imagine Ramaphosa is going to handle this?
Often takes too long to act. It doesn't matter whether he spoke as ANC president or as the president of the country. As the president of the country, surely he should have invited her to our office to say, Madam, this is not the way to go about it. There could have been a very modest way to express your view as firmly as you can. But once you go public, you are opening yourself up. And I cannot as the chief executive of the country, not to express an opinion, because thou shalt respect the judges, even if you have differences with them. But they are not sacrosanct. They are not infallible. But if you do, surely be constructive, be factual, and then with a modicum of respect in how you approach that. That's the first one. Then the Constitution as a living document surely is subject to critique. Surely it can be evaluated, it can be amended. She has been there for almost 30 years in that space. And I'm only hearing her now. And that's why people are questioning. Why now, Madam Sisulu? Why now, Lindiwe? For you have been part of this and you have been sworn in on several occasions, and you declare to all and sundry, I shall uphold this Constitution and I shall defend it by all means possible.
As we know, a final question to you, Prof, before I say goodbye. We all know that once the horse has bolted, especially in politics, it's very difficult to get the horse back into the gate. Is there a way for Lindiwe Sisulu to still stand by her statements, but can undo what could be politically damaging commentary by her? Can she undo the damage, but still stick to her point ahead of the elective conference?
My sense is that, and it's a bit unfortunate what I'm about to say, that there is a group that says it's either us or nothing, whatever it takes, even if it includes at least inflicting the greatest harm on the soul of the African National Congress. So I think she will stick by this. She's very unlikely to retreat because they are so factionalized to the extent that it is either our affection or nothing else. And I don't want to believe for a moment that she's alone in this. She certainly has some people, some advisors, and I don't think there is anything wrong. It's the how part of doing it. But at the same time, please, for the sake of the people of the Republic, continue to serve them as you play your factional politics. South Africa deserves better, and you promise them that you do the best you could.
Professor Lesiba Teffo, I appreciate, as always, your time and your candor in joining us here on eNCA. Political analyst, Professor Lesiba Teffo. No doubt we're going to get plenty of reaction, of course, with the story ongoing over the next few days.